Edmonton, Calgary, minus 140, home favorite, the total of 6, pretty much across the board in this hockey game. What can you say about the Edmonton Oilers? You want to know why a team is having a rough season? Watch Chris Russell in the third period the other night against the Toronto Maple Leafs shoot the puck into his own damn net. And that is the game winner for Nazem Kadri and the Leafs that night. That tells you all you need to know about what's going on in Edmonton. It's been a horror show, a complete nightmare of a season to this point. Something that nobody envisioned. Everybody's stunned. People are hammering away at Peter Chiarelli, the GM, in press conferences. What's going on with this team? They're hammering away at Todd McClellan in press conferences. What's going on with this team? What's going on with this team is they've got a crisis of confidence right now. Their offense has been dramatically worse than anyone expected. Their defensive game has not been right all season long, and it goes back to Andre Sekera not suiting up yet. Even last year, he was arguably their top defensive-minded defenseman last year, Andre Sekera. He hasn't played a game for Edmonton. They miss him dearly. I've said it all season. And then Cam Talbot, we talked about it. I think even Dana pointed it out for the first time last year with Talbot, 70-plus games in his career. Could he sustain that kind of workload for the first time ever and be as strong and as sharp this year? And he hasn't been, and now he's injured. And now you're forced to go with Laurent Brossoit in that here for the Edmonton Oilers. And he's horrible. I mean, Laurent Brossoit is terrible. I mean, what's he got, 850-some save percentage? He hasn't won a start this year for the Edmonton Oilers. It's been awful. I mean, I can't make a case for Edmonton in this game. Now, it's a question of can you get to Calgary laying this kind of moderate price? Perhaps. I mean, I actually think I would. Minus 140 is not terrible. Chris Russell was disconsolate after the game, inconsolable. He felt gutted after what happened at the end of that Toronto game. The whole team, it was like someone died in the dressing room after that game when you asked them what happened. That's just a terrible feeling. And I'm with that kind of feeling permeating your dressing room like a stench. I'm not trusting Edmonton here to bounce back easily from that kind of shattering or just gut-wrenching, just make you want to puke type of defeat against the Toronto Maple Leafs the other night. I don't. So it's a one-way game for me. It's the Flames, or I leave it alone as far as I'm concerned. And we've got, who's talking about this game? I think someone is. Yeah, it's Dana. Edmonton, Calgary. Is Dana on the money? Is Dana agreeing with me here from a side perspective? Maybe he's looking at the total, but he's going to talk Flames and Oilers, Battle of Alberta. Dana, what are you looking at?
Well, like Alex, I also like to be right. So we're going to go on the total on this. I'm not sure what you're going to get after shutting out Arizona, but according to Glenn Gulletson, if you listen to his press conference after, he was very happy with the result. Obviously, when you win, you are. But I thought that he was right in saying it was probably the most complete game that they've played this season. And I just like the way Calgary's playing defensively. This does mark their 5th under in their last 6 games. And if you go back, if Arizona doesn't excite you, you can go back a week, and they shut out Columbus, even though they lost a game in overtime, but they shut them out for 60 minutes. And that was days after they allowed 1 goal to the Washington Capitals. And, they keep throwing up 6s, and Calgary keeps on going under the 6. And, they held a players only meeting, which I really like. And I really like to, when I hear those things, I kind of ride that wave a little bit, because if there's, coming off of a kind of a gut check meeting, I expect a good performance, which we have seen when the Flames. I think they keep it simple. I think they limit their turnovers tonight. I think they're very comfortable. They look comfortable in their defensive end. And, the Oilers are completely a Jekyll and Hyde team, whereas if they're at home, they're a complete over team, but on the road, they're an under team. So I really like the under tonight, especially, how I feel about 6s. It's minus $1.05, so we're going to go under tonight.
Yeah, Calgary had a monster overrun of, a week or 2 ago, but it's turned the other way. It's turned the other way the last few games, the last 3 or 4 games at least, toward the under now for Calgary. Playing better defensive. Mike Smith had a great week. I mean, that Toronto game, they lost that game. He made a couple of phenomenal saves in that game. It could have been worse, actually. In that game, he played very well again against Arizona the other night. It's been a good week for Mike Smith. He's been good in net. He's got good numbers. Dana posted them in the chat. Lifetime in his career against Edmonton. So, yeah, I like the Calgary side. minus 140. Dana likes the under 6 in this game.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now, we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.